Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between AAA's Nerchio and Happy here on Shattered Temple. And once again, I had to reinstall Windows 7 and reconfigure everything on my computer once more. So if my audios or visuals or there's lag or anything's going on, let me know. But this is getting closer, if not closer, to the final, to the final setup. I do have my hard drive set up correctly, so hopefully there will not be any writing issues at all. In writing to a different hard drive than I am encoding to, or sorry, writing to a different hard drive than StarCraft 2 is loaded on, so that should help. Now, Zerg versus Terran here on Shattered Temple, and this is going to be close ally spawns. So Happy definitely going to have an advantage here on Shattered Temple, as he can put down a lot of early pressure and a lot of early aggression. There are different styles and different openings that Nerchio can try to play. He can try to go for that fast hatchery and being able to fend off against a lot of early aggression. And by placing down spine crawlers and getting a lot of Zerglings, he can try to go into a one base spawning pool and then get that hatchery up a little bit later. He will be able to fend off and destroy any Marines that are transitioning. Or, well, I guess that's really pretty much it. He can try to go for either one base play or two base play or delayed two base play, as those are pretty much the standard builds that most Zerg players do try to go for. And there it is, a 14 hatchery being placed down. I'm getting that hatchery, stopping his drone production in the process in order to get a very strong economy going. You can see Happy, on the other hand, getting his barracks up. He does already have his refinery up as well over here at the 12 o'clock position is currently where Happy is. So Happy at the 12 o'clock position. I don't know if I mentioned it. Nerchio spawning at the 9 o'clock position. I know you guys can see this, but I also know that some of you guys watch this or listen to this and you want to be able to turn your head away for just a little bit of time and still know what's happening. So I will try to give you play-by-plays. I understand that, yes, this is YouTube, not you audio or you radio, so I still want to be able to give you just a decent play-by-plays and, you know, comment on the action and hopefully give you guys additional insight as opposed to just describing what's on the screen. Happy, for some reason, not training up SCVs, so I don't know if this is part of his build. Also delaying, yeah, it is part of his build. He's now going into a factory first, so he did delay some of his SCVs just a little bit in order to get that factory down a little bit more quickly. Normally that shouldn't be a problem, as he's also going into going also for that later supply depot. So normally it's supply depot in the factory, but he did swap it up a little bit just right there. And I'm curious as to why there isn't a reactor. A reactor is normally placed down if we're gonna go for an early factory to get those early Hellions. Nerchio should have a little bit of a lead now, or will have a lead in terms of that drone, in terms of his drones, just because he's gonna be able to train up 6 drones every minute. And also, once those queens come out, be able to deal a lot more damage. You can see that the reactor is finally being placed down here. There is going to be a swap in just a moment, but Happy not going to have his 4 Hellions out that early. Instead, it's just going to be a standard 3, as 1 Hellion is going to have to try to fend off against those Zerglings. If it spawns on the wrong side, that is going to be very, very difficult, as the Hellion cannot fight Zerglings in a straight battle. You never want to have Hellions fight a Zergling in a straight battle, as normally a lot of damage could be dealt to Hellion, however, able to one-on-one against a Zergling as long as it tries to kite that Zergling. I believe the drone was taken down earlier. Yes, that SCV, hero SCV with 5 hit points left, able to get that kill, and now a Hellion looking to deal some harassment. I don't expect him to actually get any true drone kills. If he does get drone kills, there's one that's just icing on the cake at this stage. As he's just trying to cause his opponent to perhaps slip up on his spawn larva, as a Hellion now running away. Happy apparently upset that there is someone lagging in the game, as now more Hellions are being trained, but because of his micro earlier, he himself is currently supply locked. SCV is going to come over and repair, give some love towards that Hellion driver. He doesn't have to face palm anymore. As I'm sure you guys have seen, Hellion drivers like the face palm, like there it is. Come on, hurry up and hurry up. Okay, there you go. So 3 Hellions now gonna push out. Once again, it's gonna be 5 Hellions, and 5 Hellions dealing 60 damage. No, more than, is it 60 damage? Yeah, 60 damage per round of attack. Should be able to get a lot of kills, but the important factor is now he's going into more racks, and he's gonna now transition, I guess, into mass marines. We are gonna see one Zergling, oh, just completely passed by there, as there is one spine crawler and now a roach warren. So that roach warren in a very nice place to block those hellions, but the hellions may simply just try to run up that ramp. No, going after drones and getting a lot of damage, and oh, that is what you don't want to see from a Zerg player, having him walk all of his drones in a single file line, and that was so much damage. Happy, definitely happy about the results of his drone kills there, as he's now running through the main base. More drones getting toasted. Toast of the town, a drone barbecue. Drones finally starting to pull away, and that is going to be a definite issue as these two hellions continue to rack up even more kills. Taking a look at the unit count now. Oh, very nice split there. Splitting up his hellions so that one was further away, one hellion blocking it. And he's going to get any more kills. One more kill would be nice for that hellion to get a lucky 8 if you are Chinese. Anyways, hellion now trying to pull away, and it looks like that hellion will just have to settle with 7 lovely kills in that battle. You can now take a look at the drone count, 22 compared to 27. So although Nerchio did lose a lot of drones, he's not as far behind as you may think. Taking a look at the resources lost though, 1,000 more for Nerchio. Army-wise, 500 versus 175. So Nerchio is still in this game very much, but we'll see what's going to be happening as Marines, Marauders, and a siege tank more than able to protect that front door against those two roaches. Roaches wanting to retreat, and we are now teching to tier 2 at layer, and perhaps we will be getting some Mutalisk, Hydralisk, or Infestors. Infestors a very strong complement, especially if you have that creep tumor down, enabling them to move very quickly here on Shadow Temple. So Happy, very lucky to get a lot of drone kills, but you can see that 28 versus 33 SCVs now, not that big of a difference. He does need to continue to just spawn more larvae and try to train up more and more drones. He is training up 3 at a time. That spawn larva should be coming up in just a moment, and then perhaps just continuing to power drone to get back into this game. Zerglings now swarming out across the map, and oh, taking down the destructible rock here at that far gold mineral expansion. So Nerchio now looking to perhaps take down these rocks here and hide an expansion on the far side of the map. Very smart play, as Nerchio wants to get a 3rd base up. It is very difficult for Zerg to out macro their opponent if they're even on bases. They always generally want to have one more base than their opponent, and this is the natural place to try to hide it a little bit out of the way. And unless Happy purposely goes to this far side of the map, he's not going to know about it for quite some time. But it doesn't look like it looks like the Happy has a very decent window of opportunity to attack. He is sitting at 80 over 94 food. He does have more than double the size army. If you take a look at total resources, actually triple the size army, as Happy now moving out with Marines. The Marines do have stim. There is one medevac to accompany it, and now Marauders and Marines trying to engage. These Zerglings are on the far side over here. Roaches and Zerglings trying to take down those far destructible rocks, and now siege tanks blasting away at the spine crawler. Down it goes. Queen gonna get eaten up very easily as well as the siege tanks. 3 siege tanks catching just Nerchio completely off guard. There are units over here, and that is the real issue, that Nerchio's army was just split apart. Meanwhile, we have Happy, who is really tightly grouped together. We are going to get some drones to engage. The Zerglings coming in from the far side over here. Drones now trying to fight off this attack here. The drones are going to just be suiciding themselves, further giving Happy a stronger economic advantage, and there's the GG by Nerchio. So Happy taking game 1 in this series between Nerchio and Happy on Shattered Temple. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this game 1 in this series. Stay tuned for game 2.